One thing I've learned within these past couple of weeks is how valuable your single season actually is. And I say this because ever since we had my nieces, I love spending time with them, but sometimes, you just kind of want a moment to yourself. You just want to study and stuff in peace. And with children, it's not really realistic for you to think that you're just going to spend hours by yourself, unlimited time with God, uninterrupted, because they will come in and talk about anything. I mean, anything. And I love them, but sometimes you just want to have that personal space, that quiet time. And it really got me thinking. I was like, so many people, including me at one point, try to rush our single season, and it's really a blessing because you have so much time to spend with God, and don't take it for granted. Like, you can literally, I can sit in my room for hours. When they leave, I can sit in my room for hours uninterrupted and just spend time. But when you're married, you have other duties. You cook, you clean, you take care of all these other things. Your partner, like your husband or your wife, needs time. So it's like your time is divided. But when you're single, it's just unlimited time between you and God. Is Nobody has to come in between that. Like, you don't have to split off your time if you don't want to. And man, I really want to encourage you, don't rush your single season. It's such a blessing. It really is. And I'm learning to value that so much, to the point where I'm not even trying to rush it anymore. I'm really fine. I'm okay however it goes. But I really do pray that I develop habits now and consistency now. That way, when the season changes, I will still be consistent and disciplined and still carve out that time with God like I want to. And not incorporate God in my new, season, but kind of revolve that new season around my time with God. So, yeah, and another thing, I feel like some people are actually rushing their season because they don't want to be alone. You're so used to being with someone that you're not really comfortable with being by yourself. And that's not good. You should be comfortable being alone too, because you don't want to idolize that person that God has for you. Because when they're gone, then what? And two, maybe because you're bored. And you need to really just find contentment in God. That's where your joy comes from. That's where your fulfillment comes from, not a relationship. And some people are really worried about God coming back before they get married, and that should not be a concern. Yes, marriage is a good thing to desire. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but once you start getting upset or worrying that Jesus is coming back before you have a chance to get married and have kids, that I'm sorry. I personally believe heaven is, like, that's top tier. That is way better than me getting married and having kids. I get to be with Jesus. I don't care about anything else. And you shouldn't either. You should not be putting marriage on a pedestal. Really enjoy your single season. And then once you find contentment in that, and God, you realize that Jesus is where your full fulfillment is, He's the only one you really need, then you can enjoy that next season that God has for you because you were content in the season now. So that's all I have for you today. Really just enjoy, embrace, and value your single season, and don't try to rush it. Really enjoy it, because when that next season comes, you don't want to look back on all the free time that you had and said, I wish I would have, I could have did this. Do it now. So I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.